confess, Father, I confess, 'cause I've been living wrong.
We're back from break. You are listening to Talking Sports with A.Kellz. Like I said, I had on Coach Lee. Did a fabulous job. I want to thank him for coming on for the interview. But we are with Mr. Finesse, and Mr. Finesse, like I said, is a big boxing fan. So, real quick, let me ask you a question. Anytime you see something like that, I mean, what comes to mind to you?
Seeing Coach Lee?
Yeah, just in general, just people doing things for the community and helping the cause in the future.
Commitment.
Okay.
Dedication.
Okay.
Selfless service.
Okay.
Paying it forward.
Yes.
And I've known Coach Lee, interestingly enough, and good evening to all the viewers and listeners on Blog Talk, Mr. Finesse Real Raw. I've known Coach Lee for, my son Mike is 9, so I've known him for 8 years. I met Coach Lee back in 2002.
Yeah, that long ago.
That long ago.
And you've been boxing at his gym, so you guys put in some work.
I boxed at his gym for six, 7 years.
Okay, so you know Coach Lee. So I mean, take us back a little bit. Just give us a little bit of your perspective on what kind of Coach Lee is and what he's doing for these kids.
It's interesting. I respect Coach Lee. What he didn't say is he's also a full-time barber. So here's a guy who gets up 4 in the morning.
Right.
Does his run.
Mm-hmm.
Then will go to the barbershop, cut hair for what, 9, 10 hours, then train the kids.
Wow.
He didn't tell you that. And every now and then, Coach Lee will get in the ring and spar with us. He and I have sparred.
That's amazing.
Yo, man, it's interesting. He seems real low key.
Yes, he is low key.
Yo,
it was a dog fight a little bit, but he is low key.
He got some dog in him.
Oh no, I know.
He got some pit bull in him.
So, do you have to, because you train?
Yes, I do.
You train, and you've been training for a very long time.
I'm trying to be like you,
man. I ain't trying to be like me. I'm trying to be like you, man. Look at this. I don't have that. Okay? I gotta work on that.
I saw you pulling the sled on Instagram, too. Your IG. Come on, now.
I need to look a little bit better than this. But no, on a serious tip, though.
On a serious tip.
On a serious tip, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because you've been training for a while. You dealt with bodybuilding and working out. You know the whole nine.
Whole thing.
What do you have to do? I mean, because he explained it, but in your eyes, what do you have to do something like what he's doing?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm sitting there in the green room when he was talking about 100 miles. Dude,
what's the most you ever ran?
In high school, 8, because I ran cross country. The most I've ever run is like 6, 7 miles. So I can't even imagine running 100 miles.
You got about what, 94 miles to go?
Bro. I got tired just thinking about it.
I mean, when we first talked about what we were going to do and how he's going to come onto the show and things I was going to do to try to help him out to get this out there and everything like that. And when he said 100 miles, I said, say that again? 100 miles.
Bro, I saw your Facebook post.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was a typo.
I thought he made a mistake too.
Yo,
I just was like 100
I never heard of an
miles.
ultra marathon.
I never heard of it either.
You got these Kenyan runners doing marathons, so can you imagine a marathon times 4, quadruple marathon? That's really what it amounts to. How do you run for 36 hours straight?
Wow.
Respect. That's all I can say. Respect. Shout out to Rich, engineer doing his thing. J.KIRK coming in.
Yeah, he coming here. Oh, J.KIRK don't want to come tonight though.
Right.
He don't want to come tonight. How about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys?
No.
Listen.
Let me back up off that.
No. Did you watch that game? Because I was at the game. My voice is a little bit squeaky, so if it squeaks in and out, that's because I was rooting for the Giants. I needed to get my towel in there, and I was going crazy. I know y'all saw my Facebook post,
I saw
but
it.
I'm gonna save it for J.KIRK.
Are you getting tickets, Doc?
Listen,
my brother balling, yo.
Listen.
He ain't in the nosebleed section. He down with the parties and everything. That's what I meditate.
Listen. I know a lot of people. No, so but listen. Did you watch the game?
I did. I watched the game off and on.
Okay.
I watched the game off and on.
Okay. So, I mean, what's your team? You got any particular NFL team?
You
just love good games.
I love football, man.
Yeah.
I love football. And I'll be honest with you, my man is Odell Beckham, bro. He's a game changer.
He is a game changer. We saw that Sunday.
He got some attitude issues, you understand?
Uh-huh.
We know he could be a little bit temperamental. It's probably a better word, but he's like Tony Dorsett back in the day. You will hold Tony Dorsett for 3 of the 4 quarters, but eventually he's going to break that long run that's going to change the game. And Odell Beckham was a 66 or 67 yard run.
Yes. Just like that.
Just like that.
Changed the game.
In Pittsburgh, because from back in the day with Mel Blount, Jack Ham, Jack Lambert, come on, bro. The Steel Curtain, that Terry Bradshaw,
I don't know.
Lynn Swan, that's my era.
You want to take the show?
No, I'm just I'm
I
trying to flow with you, man. I don't want to embarrass you.
are spitting some knowledge. You're spitting some knowledge right now. Listen,
that's my era back in the 70s. You understand what I'm
I
saying?
done got him started. We wasn't even supposed to go to football, but since you said how about them Cowboys, you got me wound up. You got me back in the game.
But you told me to say it.
I had flashes. Yeah, I did. You weren't supposed to say that though. Yeah, I did.
I'm just kidding, everybody.
I had flashes of going back, and I was just back in the game mode. But listen, real quick in boxing, what state is boxing in? Because we see what Coach Lee is doing for the youth. I mean,
A.Kellz, man.
Is boxing where it's at?
It's boxing is not where it was in my generation.
Right.
Where you had a guy like Marvin Hagler who had 40 to 50 something fights before he even fought for a title. Back then you had the WBA and the WBC.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? And maybe later on the IBF. Now you have 10, 11, 12 different boxing federations, so it begs the question, who are the real champions? You got guys who have championship fights after 7 fights. See what I'm saying? So is the level of competition today what it was? My answer is no.
No, absolutely
Dude,
not.
football in the dying ring. Ali Frazier, their trilogy. Ali said, I think it was the 3rd Frazier fight, that it was the closest to death he had ever.
I remember that.
Brother, can you imagine fighting to the point where he said I was dancing with the angels. Late great Muhammad Ali. I don't want to get emotional, man. He was GOAT, greatest of all time.
Yes. So what's been why is boxing dying? I mean, we can put it there. I mean, is it UFC? Is because it's
I would say a few things. I would say number one, UFC is the rage right now.
Right.
Because, and I'm thinking about it driving to the school.
Yeah. Because teacher said this to me when I was in high school. She said you kids' attention span is so low. Is it really because of that? Because some of these UFC fights are a minute, 2 minutes.
You know what it is? It strips away any degree of decorum.
Okay.
In fighting. Like you asked Coach Lee, it's stripped bare. It's like the gladiators in the Roman Empire. There are rules, but there are no rules. You're in a cage. It's primal. It's animalistic.
Animalistic.
Bro, I'm serious.
You spitting it right now, man.
I'm sure. Everybody, I'm on Talking Sports with A.Kellz. I got to represent for my brother.
You are coming correct.
Bro, it is primal. That base urge, was it Sylvester Stallone talked about in Esquire magazine several years ago, the reptilian mind. And UFC taps into the reptilian mind. That animalistic base, primal part of all of us, it taps into, it feeds that.
So you still box?
I still box. I've started doing Muay Thai, which is punches, kicks, knees, and elbows. I had my first training session last Saturday.
How'd that go?
It was all right.
It was all right.
It'll show you what you are and what you're not.
All right. So, how did you get into boxing? I mean, because you just described some very interesting things and traits that come with boxing. What made you
I'm gonna
get
tell
into
you why.
boxing?
Essentially, we should be going back to that. I started in martial arts when I was like 7 or 8 years old. Then I stopped till I was 14.
Right.
And martial arts is good. Self-defense is good. I always believe that no one is gonna let you execute a technique. And in boxing, you have to be in shape, as Coach Lee said. You have to have technique, and there comes a point you gotta be able to bang, take it and give it. That's what got me into boxing. And I didn't grow up fighting. I had 2 fights in my life. I won one and I lost one, so I'm 1-1. I'm batting 500.
That's batting 500. Okay.
Yeah, I love it, man. Bro, we work.
We work.
And I say, hey, take it easy on old man. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I done told take it easy on the technique, man. You would switch around, do some stuff, and be like, pow, and I'd be like, mother. Like, you got me good there.
Yo, that left hand, bro. I still remember cracking me in the mouth with them left hands a couple times.
But listen, I learned from you. You taught me. Coach Lee, I was actually a member of his gym a long time ago.
Remember those Saturday mornings we would go downstairs and
we would just work it out. So this is how this all has come into shape.
Full circle.
Full circle. And it's good. We all need to work together and make this community better.
Listen.
And do things for kids. You know, I always wanted to venture out in the community, and I'm glad I did it because I feel, it's not that I feel good about myself, I feel good about them.
I saw that, bro. I saw the Facebook post and I said, my man.
I feel good about them because, you know, he's not just taking money from, you know, here, just make this donation. He's actually running for it.
100 miles.
100 miles.
Brother, I'm totally impressed.
I have no words.
I have no words.
So, real quick,
Mm-hmm.
we already discussed the state of boxing. Okay, so obviously, you know, some things they die, they come back. Can boxing come back? And if so, what's one guy you've been looking at that you can say that can bring boxing back to life? I wouldn't say it's that
Shakur Stevenson.
Okay.
The Olympic silver medalist from Newark, by the way.
From Newark.
Shout out
Local.
to Brook City. I think he got robbed in that fight. Like Floyd Mayweather, who was a bronze medalist back in '96. And Roy Jones got robbed in '88, interestingly enough. And all of these, both Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather obviously had stellar careers. And I think Shakur Stevenson has a kind of character and ability. And I believe that he's actually signed to Mayweather Promotions.
Right, I think Mayweather, I saw one of his interviews and he said he wasn't even nervous fighting in front of Mayweather. He was just in, and when you can stay within yourself,
Yes.
at the biggest stage, you have a chance.
And when you're hungry,
Man, he's hungry.
grind like you're broke. You understand? I mean, can you imagine what he survived in Newark? So, and then when you fight in the Olympics, you've been fighting internationally for several years. So that's the world stage. So anything else is almost anticlimactic. It's secondary. So to get at your question, can boxing come back?
I mean, because obviously football is America's sport right now.
That's all I've been watching. A little basketball.
Basketball.
Brett Westbrook and his triple-double.
Let's not get into Russell Westbrook. You're going to give me my juices flowing again. But listen, Russell, okay, basketball. Then I would say baseball. I mean, UFC's in there, tennis.
UFC.
I mean, I don't know where you put boxing. And I think it's at the very end.
A.Kellz, as much as I love it, honestly, I don't know where to put it. I wouldn't pay to see Floyd Mayweather fight again. After he and Pacquiao, what else can happen?
Right.
You know, he
There has
and
to be
Colin
somebody. Colin
McGregor.
Colin McGregor. Oh,
you know, you see his stuff on
I remember that
Facebook
little
and
spat.
YouTube.
Yes.
I don't even know if I'd pay for that.
I would pay for that just because of the entertainment purposes. I wouldn't pay for it to watch a fight. I would just because McGregor is going out and venturing out, and he's crazy.
No,
He's crazy.
A beast.
He's a beast.
He's an Irish beast who's hungry, and I mean that with all respect. A.Kellz, whether it's football, whether it's baseball, basketball, boxing, UFC, hockey, you can't quell hunger. That's the intangible.
That's the difference.
That's the difference. See what I'm saying? Ability without hunger will eventually diminish. Mediocre ability with hunger will be equal to somebody with great talent but no hunger.
We've seen cases like that. I mean, you can look at a guy like Wes Welker in the NFL. You know,
Exactly.
Wasn't the biggest guy, the fastest guy, but I can tell you he won to win. Tom Brady wasn't probably going to go down the greatest quarterback of all time.
What round was he drafted when?
6th round.
Exactly.
I mean, and he's the greatest. You see now, and not to venture off from boxing, but since you brought up hunger and just, you know, because you see now him at 39 years old, and if you watch that Monday Night Football game, you can see. I mean, one of his wide receivers dropped the pass, and he's just he wants it. He wants to win. And when you get
with
to
all his money,
his
block-long mansion, you understand?
You know,
he still has that hunger, and at some point it goes beyond.
So let me ask you, is that just the love of the game? Where does that hunger come from? Because obviously I think you kind of have to be born with it, or you develop it in ways because you learn how to tame it and things in that and the third. But
everybody has to determine what their why is, their WHY. Why do we do what we do? And once you tap into that, and then that's tied to your purpose, that's what drives us to succeed. I mean, listen, every time I come on, I got to give you a shout out. You know what I'm saying? Look at what you're doing. Remember the conversations we had for like 2 years?
Yes.
And when that I can say shit, right? Well, if
I
just said it, right? When that stuff ignited, look at what's going on. But you tapped into your hunger.
Piece of the puzzle.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
I've tapped into my hunger with entrepreneurship. And once you tap into it, no one has to motivate you. We will motivate ourselves beyond anything that we can ever imagine. So a guy like Tom Brady, a guy like Odell Beckham Jr., others, they've tapped into something that drives them beyond the
And
money.
even if you want to go to soccer, some of the soccer greats, Leo Messi, Billy Donovan,
Exactly.
things like that. I mean,
Exactly.
there's a lot of guys that just, even look, Michael Jordan, LeBron James.
Floyd Mayweather. I mean, let's go back to
Mayweather.
boxing. Say
Michael
what we will
Jordan.
about his ego, right?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
A lot of guys out there that just...
Yeah. Floyd has never, say what we will about him,
Yeah.
he's never come going into the ring out of shape.
Right, but I mean, listen, Floyd. Before this is how, I mean, whether it's the show he puts on, the cockiness. I mean, there's just something about Floyd that I don't like giving examples.
It rubs you the wrong way.
No, I mean, because listen. We all have our little arrogant parts of us.
Oh.
I'm a little arrogant in some aspects of my life, you know.
Exactly.
But at the same time, though, it just him. He does it. He does it for me, but a little too much. You know, I just think, and I can't sit here and use him as an example in a good light because of.
Here we go. I think Floyd's persona is calculated. He decided years ago
Right.
for me to go to the next level. Two things happened. One, he said, I'm going to be the villain.
Right.
Y'all don't like me? I'm going to make you hate me. Just like, who was it? Kobe Bryant, Black Mamba. Did you see the documentary?
Yes.
Yeah.
I definitely saw the documentary.
That was his alter ego. So it was that made people hate him. And Muhammad Ali said about people who looked at him, some people paid to see him lose, other people paid to see him win. Either way, they're paid. And then there was something else with Floyd that took him to that next level from an entrepreneurial perspective when he linked up with Al Haymon. That took him to the stratosphere.
You just definitely gave a whole background of Floyd. Oh, started the song a little earlier. Okay, we're gonna get you up out of here.
Hey,
We're gonna get you up out of here. I want to thank you
It's been
for
good.
coming on and talking sports with A.Kellz.
Just real fast, man, let me just tell
Oh,
everybody.
yeah, what you got going on, of course.
Number one, always respect to A.Kellz doing his thing. I appreciate the support. I look at the views. I look at the likes. Keep doing that. Also, A.Kellz Sports Talk is part of the Mr. Finesse Real and Raw radio brand. So become a follow of the show, www.blogtalkradio.com/Mr. Finesse Real Raw. We have a full platform of shows. And we're going to even do bigger and better things in 2017.
It's always great to do bigger and better. All right.
J.KIRK, he's coming on?
Yes, he's coming on next. I got to go get him.
Rich, listen, he pulling all this together behind the scenes, doing his thing,
He trying. He's trying. All right, we're going to take a break. When we get back, we're going to get into some basketball, football. J.KIRK is going to break down how his Cowboys lost. We know
He's
how they
going to
lost.
break down how they lost.
We know why they lost and how they lost.
You're listening. Deconstruct the loss.
You are listening to Talking Sports with A.Kellz. About to take a break. Be right back.
Yeah, I confess, Father, I confess, 'cause I've been living wrong.